Tonight, we're continuing to follow issues on the ballot that matter to you.
But first, we are following breaking news tonight out of Belmont. This is a live look in that part of the area now. A car crashed into this building. You can see it starting to be anyway, pulled out of that building. This is on Wilmington Pike. 4 people are hurt, and we have crews on scene now. We'll continue to bring you the latest information here on air and online at Dayton247now.com.
Now, in Trotwood, an income tax levy is on the ballot. This is the city's second attempt to get it passed. We're told the money raised would then be used for the roads. Mamie Ba is live tonight and spoke with city leaders. Mamie, what did they have to tell you about this levy?
Well, it's a proposed temporary increase of 0.5%. Now, the city tells me that at this time, more than 50% of its roads are in fair or poor condition, and that this money will help with that, and it'll attract more businesses and get Trotwood back to what it was.
That is part of the plan. We continue to address our infrastructure, whether it's upgrading water lines, upgrading sanitary sewer lines, upgrading our roads as we are trying to do, and we continue working with the businesses to attract them.
Now, Mamie, again, this isn't the first time this levy has been on the ballot, right?
That's right, Megan. It was on the May ballot and it failed. And the city is hoping that it passes this time. And the deputy city manager tells me that she believes that the reason why it failed on the May ballot is because residents mistook it for a property tax instead of what it actually is, an income tax. And so they are hoping this time that it does pass. Coming up at 6:30, we'll hear more from the city. Also, the makeup of the city, the percentage of people that live and work here. Back to you.
Mamie, thanks. And for everything election related, we have it all in one place. You can go to Dayton247now.com. We have interviews with all the candidates, information about local issues, and resources to help you prepare to vote. Just click beyond the podium. That's under the news tab.
All right, a really nice fall-like day here in the Miami Valley. Not too hot, not too cool. Natalie here now. Is it going to change much this weekend?
Got some warmer weather on the way for the weekend.
Not bad.
Exactly. Looking a little bit better, but we also eventually will have some rain back in the forecast too. But here's a look outside right now. Beautiful, mostly clear skies. We are starting to see some high cirrus clouds begin to build their way in. Otherwise, temperatures, it's cool, 54 currently. We have those clouds building in, northeasterly wind 10 miles per hour. And then we have 50s across the board for the most part, 51 in Bellefontaine. We have 52 in Springfield. Big improvement from yesterday, though. Without the clouds and with some of that sunshine, it's feeling better. We're a few degrees warmer, and we'll stay a few degrees warmer overnight with some of these clouds building in. Skies are going to be coming mostly cloudy with low temperatures. They're going to be in the upper 30s for the overnight hours. So not quite as chilly expected. And then heading into the weekend, we are tracking 60s, and then eventually that rain. I'll let you know when that arrives coming up in just a bit.
Natalie, thanks for following more breaking news, this time out of Washington, D.C. This is a live look at the nation's capital as the sun is setting there. An appeals court has cleared the way for the IRS to turn over former President Trump's tax returns to the House Ways and Means Committee. Now, Trump can still appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court on this. This is one of several long-running lawsuits where the House is trying to access years of Trump's financial records, especially his tax returns.
Now to an update on an hours-long standoff in Preble County that we first told you about as breaking news last night. It happened at a house on I-127 North. So here's what investigators say happened. The Preble County Sheriff's Office tells us it received information that Justin Paul Gabbard was there. Gabbard had a warrant for his arrest connected to a robbery in Indiana. Deputies say he refused to come out, and they had been told that he was armed and dangerous. Now, the Darke County Special Response Team then spent several hours trying to get Gabbard out of the house. They say that eventually they found him in the attic, and deputies had to use tear gas to get him out and into custody safely. Gabbard is now in the Preble County Jail on the active warrant, and we've been told that he will be facing additional charges. An investigation is ongoing.
An arrest has been made in connection with the school shooting hoax at Catholic Central School. A 12-year-old girl has been charged with inducing panic. Investigators now believe she placed the call Tuesday falsely reporting an active shooter at that school. The school was then put on lockdown. Springfield police searched that building, finding nothing. No one was injured. There's no real threat there. The girl is now at the Clark County Juvenile Detention Center. Well, mortgage rates rose again this week to their highest point in 20 years. Megan's at the Now Desk. Where do they stand now?
Yeah, Adam, according to Freddie Mac, a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is now averaging 7.08%. That's up from 6.94% just last week. Mortgage rates have risen nearly every week since late August and have now more than doubled since the start of the year. The rapid rise has been fueled, we're told, by the Fed's unprecedented campaign of hiking interest rates to try and tame inflation.
The Defense Department has released its unclassified national defense strategy, and the biggest long-term threat to the U.S., it's not Russia. It's China. The defense secretary says China is the only competitor out there now with intent to reshape the international order and the power to do so. He also says the U.S. remains vigilant against North Korea's expanding nuclear capabilities, Iran's nuclear program, and global terror networks.
Well, Saturday is National Drug Take Back Day from 10 to 2. You can prevent drug abuse, theft, and accidental poisonings by turning in your potentially dangerous, expired, unused, and unwanted prescription drugs. The DEA says the majority of abused prescription drugs actually come from family and friends and often come right out of a medicine cabinet. Now, there are 4 drop-off sites around the city of Dayton this Saturday: Salem Avenue, Helena Street, Wayne Avenue, and Washington Street. The addresses you can see all listed right there on your screen. The drug drop-off is free, anonymous, and no questions are going to be asked. But please remember, only pills will be accepted, no liquids or sharps. And if you can't bring your drugs in this Saturday, the Dayton Police Department has drop-off boxes available year-round, Monday through Friday during business hours. You can find a list of addresses on the city's website right now. That's DaytonOhio.gov. And there are also plenty of other collection sites this Saturday all across the Miami Valley. You can find a full list under the DEA's website, dea.gov/takebackday.
100 lives are lost to opioids every day in the U.S., so a new community program is allowing businesses in Montgomery County to request a free nalox box at their office or business. The nalox box contains the overdose reversing drug Narcan and will make the life-saving drug accessible to anyone in the event of an opioid drug overdose. To get a nalox box for your business, you can contact the Community Overdose Action Team at Public Health Dayton in Montgomery County. Just call 937-225-6026. And coming up tonight at 10 and 11, we investigate why this is so important for our area.
New video just released from the Uvalde school shooting, what it shows police were seeing when they got to the school.
And a fast food favorite will soon make an even bigger impact on the Miami Valley. Hear from the ribbon cutting for a new $27 million facility.
Plus, I'm tracking our rain chances as we head into Halloween. I'll time it all out for you coming up. You're watching Dayton 24/7 now.
Weather Window, presented by the National Weather Desk.
A great photo just before sunrise near El Paso, Texas, with the wind shaping these mid and high-level clouds into something that captured the sun's rays perfectly. And there's a lot happening in this photo from Great Smoky Mountains National Park along the North Carolina and Tennessee state line. Fall foliage, rime ice, and a lenticular cloud.
Want to see your weather photos and videos on TV? Click Chime In on this station's website to share.
A Dayton 24/7 Now exclusive, newly released body camera video shows exactly what police were dealing with at Robb Elementary School the day of the Texas mass shooting. It shows chaos outside and inside that school. Audio recordings tell the story of how law enforcement was fearful of the shooter inside the building, but a former Homeland Security agent in charge says it's their job to be put into danger.
We know the day that we take that oath, the day that we put out that badge and that gun in our hip, we know that we're going to put ourselves in danger.
Now at 6:30 over on Fox 45, we hear what some officers said about putting their own lives at risk. Plus, what law enforcement saw outside the very classroom the shooter was barricaded inside of for 77 minutes. And calls are growing louder for the head of the Texas Department of Public Safety to resign following the Uvalde massacre. Let's hear what he said at a board meeting today, followed by the reaction from victims' families.
If DP as an institution failed the families, failed the school, or failed the community of Uvalde, then absolutely, I need to go. DPS as an institution, right now, did not fail the community.
You, sir, have told lies. You're not in control of your officers, nor are you the leader this great state deserves. Regardless of the election, I expect determinations and your resignation immediately.
And again, law enforcement waited 77 minutes before breaching the classrooms where the shooter was barricaded.
Well, cloud cover starting to build into the area. Right now, mainly some of those high cirrus clouds pushing their way in as our next weather maker is just off to our west. Now, this will really be focused off to the west of us. We won't see any precipitation impacts. High pressure is really keeping things on the calm side, but we will see some cloud cover through the overnight hours. So moving through time, overcast to cloudy skies as you start off the day tomorrow. Temperature-wise, we'll drop into the upper 30s, lower 40s. Tomorrow afternoon, though, take a look at that. We'll get some sunshine back up low to maybe even some mid-60s, so feeling really nice for our Friday. Saturday morning starting off chilly and in the 30s again, but by Saturday afternoon, we will start to see temperatures climb even more back up into those upper 60s again. Looking really nice as we head into our Saturday. Now, our next weather maker will start to approach us as we head into our Halloween. So we'll continue to see mild conditions, 60s over these next couple of days. But by Sunday, we do start to see our next weather maker approach us, which will bring us showers by Sunday and into Monday. So I'll have a look at that forecast coming up.
Natalie, thanks. Ohio Lieutenant Governor John Husted in Vandalia today to celebrate a new manufacturing plant. White Castle has just expanded its retail plant there to keep up with the growing demand for its retail sliders sold in grocery stores across the country. The $27 million project doubles its manufacturing capacity. It's going to bring new jobs to the area, too.
3, 2, 1. Cut away.
Well, having White Castle grow in the Dayton community and specifically here in Vandalia is just another, I think, testament to the hard work that goes into these hard projects.
We have Sierra Nevada Aviation, we have SemCorp, we have the Honda plants and the multi-billion-dollar investment. But all of those great products they make don't taste near as good as the slider that's made here in Vandalia by White Castle. They'll literally serve the nation sliders from this facility.
The Lieutenant Governor says White Castle is also family-owned, headquartered in Ohio, and keeps reinvesting into the state. All right, we want to take another live look now at the scene in Belmont. This is at the corner of Wilmington Pike and Wayne Avenue. You can see that truck that crashed into a building there has been pulled out. It's about to be pulled away. Again, 4 people were hurt in this. We'll keep you updated on air and online at Dayton 24/7 Now as soon as we learn more. Well, Elon Musk taking to Twitter today to address advertisers ahead of an expected takeover. Megan's at the Now Desk. What did he have to say about this?
Yeah, Adam, he's trying to ease their fears. This is the post right here. You can see it already has more than 417,000 likes. It's a 3-page document, though, and he goes on to say that Twitter obviously cannot become a free-for-all hellscape where anything can be said with no consequences. He also says he wants to trim content restrictions and end permanent bans on accounts for users who repeatedly break Twitter's rules. Now, Twitter earned $4.5 billion in ads last year, which accounts for close to 90% of its total sales. Musk is, of course, expected to take over the $44 billion social media company tomorrow.
Well, you may soon have to pay more at the pump in the market again due to a backup of barge traffic. David Winter tells us historic levels of the river are affecting how goods are getting upriver.
The river levels on the Ohio near Cincinnati are regulated by the dams and the locks. But if you push your barges about 550 miles west of here, where the Mississippi meets the Ohio, you are reliant wholly on Mother Nature. And Mother Nature is not playing nice. The National Weather Service shows river levels at historic lows, breaking records all along the Mississippi. And if product cannot get up and down the Mississippi, it cannot get to and from the Ohio River, where farmer Michael Garver gets his fertilizer and moves his grain.
And that product has to go down the Mississippi River.
And right now, Mississippi River's not moving.
It's dried up. It's dried up.
Garver says his corn is used to make everything from ethanol to cereal, from toothpaste to aluminum foil. He says if you eat, you should care about this crisis. So until Mother Nature decides to start opening its skies and filling up these rivers, we're going to continue seeing supply chain issues. Down by the Ohio, David Winter, back to you.
There are dredges right now working to open a path for the thousands of barges that are backed up. Barge logistic companies say real relief won't come until we get some serious rain.
All right, a story now from our partners at the Dayton Business Journal. A downtown Dayton hotel is closing, and it could have a major impact on the city's core. The Radisson Hotel Dayton Convention Center will shut down Monday, taking an unknown number of jobs with it. No longer having a hotel connected directly to the event and meeting space, so could have a big impact on the convention center, which is right now under construction. And we have all the details on the hotel's closure right now on Dayton247now.com. You can find this story plus others like it under the Dayton Business Journal heading in the news tab.
Well, some massive news for the Cincinnati Bengals, especially their offense tonight. ESPN's Adam Schefter and several other outlets, they are reporting that star wideout Jamar Chase is hurt. Could miss several weeks of playing time. This is after a hip injury he reportedly suffered recently as early as the Saints game. Some estimate he could miss up to 4 to 6 weeks. So this leaves T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd as the team's top 2 wide receivers. Now, we are just one day away from the first round of the high school football playoffs. Here are a few of the games scheduled for Friday night. Fairmont will host its first ever football playoff game when the Firebirds take on Wayne. Piqua hosts Stebbins, while Trotwood goes to CJ. Northeastern coming off their first unbeaten regular season since '92. The Jets host Waynesville. Matt Digby and I will have highlights from around the area. That's coming up tomorrow on Football Friday.
All right, a live look over downtown Dayton from our Kettering Health Sky. Came a really pretty sunset there in the horizon with all the fall colors and the front there.
Beautiful evening. A little chilly. But as we
should have grabbed a jacket, didn't really think it through.
Right. But we do warm up by the end of the week. It's actually looking really nice. We also have some of that rain in the forecast. Unfortunately, Halloween may see some of that rain.
Still not looking great, huh?
Doesn't look like a complete washout, but we will certainly be seeing some showers in the forecast. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we are expecting as we do head into our Halloween. Overall, going to be a spooky day with some showers. We'll be seeing temperatures that will be in the mid-60s for our Halloween afternoon. So trick-or-treat time, you could plan on lower 60s and some upper 50s. Scattered light showers. So we're not talking about really heavy rain. I think the heaviest of rain is going to be Sunday night into early Monday, but I'll have a look at that and our 7-day forecast coming up.
All right, Natalie, thanks. A live look in Tip City right now where kids are ready for some candy. Still had some safety advice for families as trick-or-treating gets underway. You're watching Dayton 24/7 now.
The Dayton 24/7 Now News app, brought to you by the Jeff Schmidt Auto Group.
A live look in Tip City now, where it's Beggars Night. Trick-or-treaters are getting their candy baskets filled for the first time this Halloween season, and you can see a lot of cool costumes out there and also lots of big smiles. Now, this is going on until 8 tonight, so you still have some time to get out there with your kids. And several other communities in Miami County also kicking off the trick-or-treat season this evening. Alex King shares some safety tips before you head out.
Miami County is observing Beggars Night this evening, and the sheriff's office has a long list of basic Halloween safety tips for you and the family to keep in mind. You or responsible adults should always accompany kids ages 12 and under when trick-or-treating. Plan costumes that are bright and reflective. Make sure that shoes fit well and look for flame resistant on the costume label. Let's be honest, candy is just about everyone's favorite part about Halloween. Teach your children to bring home treats before eating them. Consider only eating factory wrapped treats unless you know the giver well. And finally, consider safe alternatives such as parties at home, at school, or even community events. You can find this list of safety tips on our website, Dayton247now.com.
Alex, thanks so much. And we have a full list of more trick-or-treat dates and times right now on our website. Just go to Dayton247now.com and click on this Miami Valley trick-or-treat schedule right there in the orange banner at the top of our homepage.
And if you and your family are dressing up, we'd love to see those costumes. Parents, you can share your trick-or-treat pictures with us. You can scan this QR code right now if you'd like. It'll take you to our Chime In page. You can upload photos and videos right to us. You might even see them live here on the air.
Well, going to be a little bit on the warmer side as we do head into the Halloween, so it's looking a whole lot better. Back into the 60s, but we'll also be tracking some showers that will be back in the forecast as well. So here's a look at these next 5 days with temperatures that will be in the mid to upper 60s for us, which will be actually above normal for this time of the year. Now, we do have showers in the forecast Sunday into Monday, so I know lots of trick-or-treating heading tomorrow night, looking good. Of course, maybe long sleeves or a jacket needed during trick-or-treating. Same thing with Saturday evening. But then late Sunday into Monday, we have our showers that become possible. Temperatures that are going to be in the mid-60s for us. With most of the rain, it does look like it's going to be late Sunday into early Monday. I do think we could still see some showers through our Monday afternoon and evening as well. Doesn't look like it's going to be really heavy at that time, but temperature-wise, mid-60s for our Halloween afternoon, and then back into the upper 60s by next week. So pretty comfortable forecast overall.
Seems to be getting better and better for Monday.
Yes, looking pretty good. I would still plan on maybe some rain gear with those costumes, though.
All right, sounds good. Natalie, thanks. Thanks for being with us tonight. Remember, you can always connect with us on social media. We are headed over to Fox 45 next. We hope you join us there. Good night.